All right, Shalom Akim. This is the brother Hayan Apash out here in Montreal. And I'm at an undisclosed location at the moment. You know, we got to switch it up every now and then. You know, they can't always know what our next move is. We got to kind of, switch it up, be unpredictable. So that's why I'm out here in an undisclosed location. Okay, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rachak. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation and much respect and love to you brothers out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. All right. Now, we clearly see that the prophecies are speaking right now, man. It's a very exciting time to be in this truth, man. You know, prophecies are speaking, man. Like this, like you watching videos. You have about five to seven videos, tabs open of brothers speaking, man, because there's so much things going on. You know, but that's all prophecy. Everything that's happening right now is prophecy. This is Jeremiah 51, and I'll start at the first verse. It's Jeremiah 51:1. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me." Okay. It's like a destroying wind. All right. And that destroying wind is speaking about the nuclear destruction. Okay. The nuclear destruction is getting ready to happen to Babylon, which is America. All right. That's why you see this Trump is instigating these different Iran to attack. You see, which doesn't mean it's gonna happen right now. No, there's still things that have to accumulate and it has to build up. But we see that World War III is inevitable, man. What I've been saying for years, what the apostles and elders have been saying for decades, man. It's inevitable. It will happen. All right. And it says, Salakia, "And will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land, for in that day of Salakia, that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in that day and the day of trouble they shall be against her round about." All right, they're gonna, even her enemies, even her so-called allies are gonna be against her. All right, Shalaki, because I can't really see properly. There's not enough light. I should have went to a place with more light, but I can't. But it's all good. You see what I'm saying? But the enemies of Babylon is gonna come up against it. All right. It says, and that includes the allies. I say that includes the allies. When you read Revelation, it says what? That the beast shall hate the whore. "Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth," Salakia. Okay, "against him that lifteth himself up in his brigadine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in the streets, in her streets, for Israel hath not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power." All right, because the Most High is not going to forget the Israelites. You see what I'm saying? We're his chosen. His name is upon us. "Of the Lord of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every bad his soul, be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense." Man, you see, and that proves it's not speaking about ancient Babylon, man. But ancient Babylon wasn't when it speaks about when it says that it shall be completely desolate, no man shall dwell there. That didn't happen to ancient Babylon, right? It's a new Babylon. That's the same Babylon. This is speaking about the same Babylon that was in that's in Revelations 18. All right. Which is Babylon the Great. Salakia, let's get that. Revelations 18. Okay, this is Revelations 18. And I'll start at verse 1. It says, and after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. That's what's gonna happen to Babylon. That's what's gonna happen to America, man. Not ancient Babylon, because ancient Babylon is not completely desolate, man. Salakia. All right, ancient Babylon is not completely desolate. All right, the modern day Babylon is completely desolate. Why is it desolate? Because the Most High is going to allow these different countries to shoot missiles on it, man, because of the iniquities thereof. And it's gonna go into that. It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornications, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. Did not all these nations follow after the ways of America? All right, does not America force these nations to follow after their way? Yes, they do. All right, and their ways are wicked. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. All right, because America's a consumer-based society, man. So these other nations, they get rich off of America, man. All right, through the abundance of her delicacies. Because what? They're living a decadent life, man. When you go to these other places around the earth, man, they're not living the way America and these so-called Western societies are living. But especially America. You'll be in the damn projects. You have people in the projects with a fucking a 60-inch TV in their house, man. You know, but they're in the projects. They don't got no money. They're broke as hell. But they got a 16-inch TV. They have food stamps, so they're getting all kind of. The house is all full of all kind of food. Although it's all junk, it's all GMO nonsense. But they have something to fill their belly, man. All right, they're not starving. You go to these other countries, they be starving, man. Them kids be malnourished and all that. You see what I'm saying? So America, compared to the world, they're living a decadent life. All right? And it says, Salakia, it says, for her sins have reached unto heaven. No, Salakia, let's start verse 4. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues, man. And that's what the same thing was saying in Jeremiah the 51st chapter, man. All right, because we're not to receive of the plagues that's about to hit America, man. All right, that's for the 2/3 and the wicked. The elect is not gonna have to face those plagues. All right. That's why we're repenting. That's why we're coming back to Yahweh Shai in fear, in humbleness and trembling, man. Okay, we gotta come to the Most High humbly, and we're supposed to fear the name of Yahweh Shai. That's how we come out here, man. That's the reason we come out here. We make it our business to do something, to come out here and do something for the Lord, week in and week out, man. All right, and if we're not doing it, then guess what, man? If we took too much time to do it, right? We took too much of a you know, it might be, let's say it's 2 days I made a video. We feel bad, man. All right? And that's just the bottom line. That's because we fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. And we love Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. We're just hoping that we're of that chosen. We're of the elect. You know? For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. All right? Okay, this is 1 Corinthians. This is 1 Corinthians 1 and 21. And it says, but it says, 1 Corinthians 1 and 21, for after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. All right. So through the foolishness of preaching, that's how the elect is going to be delivered, man. All right. Namely the 144,000, man, which is going to be the government body of the nation of Israel, who we hope to be part of, man. You understand what I'm saying? That's why we say the hopeful elect, you know, because we hope to be of that number. That's going to be, listen, that's the greatest reward that anybody could ever get, man. It's to be of the elect. You see what I'm saying? You're going to be up in that chariot. First of all, you're going to be delivered from the destruction that's to come, you know, and then you're going to get a crown put on your head, and you're going to be ruling the nations forever and ever, man. It's not a message of inclusion, though. It's not a message saying that it's open to everyone. No, it's open to the Israelites. No other nation is going to be able to partake of that, man. That's why it says you're going to rule the heathen. Does it say you're going to rule the Israelites with a rod of iron? No, it says you're going to rule the heathen. Let's get that real quick. Let's get that. And there's a reason why. Because the heathen are not going to be on the level of the Israelites. It's plain and simple, man. This whole book has that it pushes out that vibration. The Israelites are going to be on a higher level. The Israelites are on a higher level. That never changed, and it never will. All right? This is Revelations 2 and verse 25. It says, but that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father, man. All right, you see what I'm saying? So Yahushua is going to bestow that to the elect, because that's the same thing that he received when you read Psalms, the 2nd chapter, right? It says that we shall break them with a rod of iron. We shall break them to shivers. Does that sound like something nice? Does that sound like you're treating them equally? Of course not. We're not treating them equally. We're not going to treat them equally. They're going to be under us, man. All right? They're going to be punished, man. And especially the nation of Esau, the nation of Edom. That's why when they figured out that, oh, shit, you know, the scholars went, they looked up who Esau is. Or when they found it, they're like, oh, shit, we're not pushing this information out. You know, we're not pushing this information out. You understand? Because the information would come back and tell them that they're Edomites. You know, so like that their nation is a bunch of Edomites. You understand? That's why Esau doesn't speak about the nation of Edom. That's why there's no big documentary. Who are the Edomites? You know, if the Edomites were you so-called Negroes like Native Americans, he would have made a documentary already, man. There would have been about 10 documentaries out dealing on that topic. But Esau's not trying to dive into that because he knows he's the Edomite, man. Vocab's the Edomite. You understand? Vocab knows we have the truth, but his whole thing is, fuck that. I'm not gonna believe the truth. He doesn't want to believe the truth. He rather believe a lie. But that's okay. You Edomites can go ahead and believe the lie that you've told yourself. It doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, the truth will prevail, man. What's that? Romans 3 and 3. Okay, yeah. This is Romans 3 in verse 3. And it says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?" Right? Because they don't believe, is that going to make the prophecies and all that to be of none effect? God forbid. Yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar. All right? You see what I'm saying? As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged. Because the thing is with us, what do we do? What do the Israelites do? Especially GMS. Every time there's a conversation on the comment board or anywhere for that matter, on the streets, anything, we're pulling out the scriptures, man. We're pulling out precepts upon precepts. All right? And they hate that. That's why they always say, oh, why don't you tell us how you feel? How you feel. They want us to speak, man. They want us to tell them a lot. But we're going to tell them what the scriptures say. You understand? The thing that we're finding out, we're understanding now, is that these Christians, these so-called Christians that deal with plantation Christianity, they don't believe in the Bible, man. Vocab doesn't believe in the Bible. His thing is not, he doesn't care about the Bible. You understand? His whole thing is pushing, basically he's trying to hold up Edomite supremacy, you know, in a way that's trying to make it seem like he's not, you know, because he's a devil. So he's doing what he's supposed to do, man. So we're not gonna marvel at that. We're not gonna be all shit. Why is Vocab doing this? Why is Vocab doing that? Vocab's doing what he was created to do, man. He was created to be the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. That's what he's gonna be, man. He's gonna continue to be the devil. All right. You know, and you got simple-minded Negroes that's following that devil, not understanding that he was only set up to deceive them, man. That's what the devil was set up to do. The devil was set up to deceive. He wasn't set up to bring understanding and righteousness. If that's the case, then look at the world, man. Why is the world in such a shambles if these Edomites were meant to bring righteousness? They're not meant to do that, man. This is Slaki. This is Revelations 20. And Revelations 20 in verse 1, it says, "And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years." Who was that serpent in the garden? Was it an actual serpent? Or was it a man that had the characteristics of a serpent? All right? It was a man that had the characteristics of a serpent. It wasn't no actual serpent. It was just described as a serpent. All right? This is that same serpent, that same dragon, all right? Which is what? Which represents the Edomites. That's why the scripture said what? There shall be enmity between thy seed and the woman's seed, which goes back to what? Cain and Abel, Jacob and Esau. All right? And that's playing out to this very day. All right? And it says, "And cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season." All right? So he was shut up, right? Which means when he was in Europe, right? In a time when the Israelites were ruling in Europe, right? We were ruling for 1,000 years. These Edomites were on a low level. He couldn't climb up to power because the Most High put a seal over him, right? That he deceived the nations no more. Which tells you what is his purpose to do? His purpose is to deceive the nations, man. That's what Esau's all about, man. That's all Esau knows, is to deceive, is deception. You know, that's why he's not going to tell you, oh no, there's just male and female. He's going to tell you, no, there's 100 different genders and beyond, because his job is to bring confusion and deception. You understand? When the Most High said, "No, there's two genders. There's male and female." All right, and you know, and such and such. You're not supposed to be splicing seeds and creating different types of fruits with it. Esau has broken every law that there is in these scriptures, which shows you who he is, man. And I'll show you who he is, man, according to the scriptures, what he's all about, man. All right, and you Jakes are trying to actually be buddy with this devil, man. You Jakes are trying to basically cop a plea for this devil, man. Try to defend this devil. Let's see. This is hold up in the 2 Thessalonians. Hold up. Okay, this is 2 Thessalonians 2. This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." All right, this is who Esau is, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. And that's what Esau did when he came over here to the so-called Native Americans, right, the Gadites and the Reubenites and all that. What did he have with him? He had that picture of Cesare Borgia / aka Serapis Christus. All right, he had that picture. All right, showing himself that he is God, and that's Renaissance art. That picture is Renaissance art. That's not the pictures that used to be in Europe, going back to the Dark Ages, man. Going back to the Byzantine Empire. Those were not the pictures that were up there. Okay. And you could go all throughout Europe. I'll go to Russia, go to Ukraine, go to even Italy, and you'll have those dark images, man. You'll have those dark images with afros and all that of the angels of Mary, of the Lord. Okay, you'll have those pictures, but only here. Slovakia. Only here. Do you in a Western society, these people are so ignorant they don't even know that's what it used to be, man. But you go up to the east, they know what's up. They know what's up. What some of them do, at least. Okay. That's because Esau wanted to make himself to look like he was God. All right, and by him doing that, it messed you Jake's brains up, man. Where you Jakes thought that he can do no wrong, man. You know, you thought, yo, listen, he could do no wrong. You know. You see, to this present day, and Esau's getting away scot-free with all kind of shit. And none of you Jakes, a lot of you Jakes are saying shit. But now Jake is starting to see that this man ain't right. That's the thing. Starting with Judah. All right. Because Judah, you see a lot of Judah, a lot of Judite, even Judite women, man, they be cursing Esau the hell out, man. You know, talking about they ain't right, they're wicked, they're this, they're that, and guess what? They're 100% right. They've identified the enemy. All right, and that's the first step of protecting yourself, is identifying that person's your enemy. If you see a cancer in the body, first thing you gotta do is identify the cancer. All right, you don't just say, oh, I know I got a cancer somewhere in my body. You gotta, the doctor or whoever, physician, has to identify that it's cancer, okay, to see what the actual enemy is. If you're doing things to heal cancer, but the problem is really diabetes, you're not doing yourself any favor, man. You got to be targeting that cancer. You see? This is Ecclesiasticus Ecclesiasticus 12 in verse 10, it says, never trust thine enemy, for as iron rusteth, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. All right. All right, Salakia. Yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not altogether been wiped away. All right, and that's a fact. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Once you identify these Edomites, you say, oh, these Edomites are wicked, you're gonna realize that, listen, man, they're still the same wicked devils that they were, 300 years ago. They ain't just miraculously changed. Them devils still hate you, man. All right? It's just that they keep it, they just disguise it more. And that dude, Michael Moore, he came out and said that. He said straight, you listen, white people have not changed, and you should be afraid of them. You should be aware of them. Boy, he was giving you sound advice. He was giving you sound advice. But a lot of you jakes are not going to take heed to that. You'll be, oh, yeah. And some of you going to say but then you still going to be fucking simple around these devils. If you know, you would, if you knew better, you would do better. You understand? A lot of you jakes ain't finna do no better. You see? Talking about you want equality, you want to be equal with the devil. Why you want to be equal with the devil? This is his kingdom. Let him have his kingdom. The kingdom to come is going to be our kingdom, and then Esau's not going to have anything to say. He's not going to be able to do anything about that, But the first thing that has to happen is he has to be taken out of power, man. Babylon has to be destroyed. They have to go to war. He has to be taken out of power, because once he's taken out of power, once he's taken out of power, that's when our kingdom comes. Let's get 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 7. Second Ezra 6. Second Ezra 6 and verse 7, it says, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? Right, which means when is the kingdom going to come into play? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. All right, so that's it. So once Esau goes down, that's when our kingdom is going to come up, man. All right, but until then, our kingdom is not going to come. We ain't going to have no kingdom as long as these devils are in rulership, man. There can't be two rulers. There can only be one. And for us to come into rulership, we got to take them down and put them, those ones who were once in power, who were once the leaders, all right, we got to take them and put them into slavery. You understand? That's how it goes. That's how it's supposed to be. And it tells you that in even Psalms, what's that? Psalms 149. Let's get that. Psalms 149. Psalms 149, it says in verse 6, let the high praise of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with feathers of iron. Got the Rothschilds, DuPonts, the Queen, all them devils, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh. So that's that, man. So that's what we're going to have to do in order for our kingdom to come in, man. We're going to have to take down these the Edomites, right? Well, truly, Yahweh Shai is going to take them down. But once Yahweh Shai takes them down, that's when our kingdom is going to come in, and we're going to step in and basically gather these elites up, man, put them in captivity. You know, it's as simple as that. They don't like to hear the truth, but that's the truth. All right. So, you know, with that, we give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation and much respect and love to you brothers out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. Shalom.